Hey guys, what's up? This is the Demon Corpse, and today we'll be talking about the Switch Mini. Yeah, not the Switch Lite. I know it's confusing, but I mean, this is pretty cool. I hope it's true because I think it would be very successful of another weird version of the Switch, as long as you can put cartridges in and out. I mean, as a whole, if they do that, we got ourselves the actual PS Vita Switch, let's be honest here. And it would be interesting. I think it would be a very cool design. I hope it happens. I really do, because that would make some sense, but sadly I feel like it's been this long now, it's not going to be very successful. And let's go back to recap many years ago with the Game Boy Advance. Now, I'm not a fan of the Game Boy Advance. I've never grew up on the system, but there's like the original Game Boy Advance, and then they made the Game Boy Micro, the Game Boy Advance Micro. I think that's what it was called, and it's a cool design. Like, I mean, it's very small, but the only issue was it was released around the DS, so there was not much of a point getting it, because it's like, well, we should just get the DS, the Nintendo DS. I mean, you can play Game Boy Advance games and play DS games. So you got more value with the DS. So yeah, it's just how they're gonna do it. I hope they don't announce it around the whatever the new Switch is gonna be called, the Super Nintendo Switch or the Switch 2 or whatever it's gonna call the Switch Deluxe Edition. I don't know. If they do that, then it's kind of an L. I mean, I think the only way you can get people a little bit interested is that maybe you add an OLED screen to the Switch Mini. I mean, maybe that would get people to be like, oh wow, that's cool. And it'd probably be like maybe $199, but maybe, I don't know, it'd be difficult. It would probably be very cheap, and most people wouldn't really care. Some people would care because they know that it probably will be somewhat collectible in the near future, just because it's one of those last versions that some companies make that no one cares about, but people kind of forget, and then people remember, oh wow, that was a cool design, I wonder why it wasn't successful. It's like with the PSP Go. Like, no one cared about it back then, because it's like, why do we need this? This thing is, I mean, it plays digital games. I know now that's kind of, no one cares, but no one cares now, but back then it was kind of like, why? But now people found a way, and you could add emulators, you can mod the living hell out of it, and it's like, it's a very small portable device, and it's really cool. I mean, for me, it's like, I'll just get a regular PSP, but it's a really cool design just to have, like, let's just say, on an airplane, like, you want to play some games, you can just get the PSP Go out, you just flop it out, and you click it open. It's a cool design. It's just, it should have been probably released a couple of years later, but probably by then it'd be the PS Vita, and there wouldn't be an actual point getting the PSP Go. But the PSP Go is really expensive. Not saying the PSP Go will be the same size, well, the Switch Mini is going to be the same size as the PSP Go, but it's going to be very small. It's going to be a very small device, and I think it's going to be a little bit smaller than the PS Vita, or the same size as the PS Vita. So let's hope for the best. I hope it does exist. I really do, because if it's really good, I probably would get that version or just get the OLED. But I mean, as a whole, even by then, if I wait a couple more years, the Switches are going to go down in price, because there's not going to be that much value in trying to get that console, because most people are going to be like, oh, I need the Switch too, because I'm a consumer, must consume, like Dreamcast guy, must consume every version of a game and buy it digitally as well. Weirdly, that's just Dreamcast guy, but that's about all. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Like, share, and subscribe. And what's your guys' opinion on the Switch Mini, if it does exist? Right now, it's all more speculation as anything right now with the next Switch, because everyone's like, when is the next Switch? And this has been happening since, I think, 2020 now. People are like, oh, the Switch Pro, and then it was the Switch OLED, and then everyone's like, well, the Switch 2, and everyone's wondering what the Switch 2 is going to be. But we're going to probably find out next year. When, I do not know. I don't think we're going to... I wonder, are we going to get a Direct this December? I hope we do. Just to see what else comes out. Everyone goes nuts for no reason over, like, one game. But I mean, Nintendo has IPs, and whatever they're going to announce as launch titles for the Switch 2 is going to be interesting. And I do think it's going to be backwards compatible. Don't be worrying about that. I do believe it's going to be backwards compatible because I don't think Nintendo's going to make that type of mistake. It made sense with the Wii, but different time period. But now it's kind of like if they don't do it, then it's going to be interesting. It is not like a big change that people are still going to buy the Switch 2, but let's just see what happens and what will happen really as a whole. But that's about all. I'll see you guys in the next video. See you, scavengers.